Let me ask you about China. You're heading to Asia after NATO summit, after Jakarta. Are you going to meet with your Chinese counterparts?
Well, nothing on the books, but we have meetings with a number of countries at ASEAN. We just had Secretary Yellen in China. That followed a visit that I made to China, as you know, a couple of weeks before. We talked to each other there. I think it's important that our two countries are talking, that we're engaged at high levels, that we've reestablished lines of communication, just to make sure that that we fully understand each other, that we're very clear about our differences, that we're responsibly managing the relationship. I would expect that to continue.
If the result is to clearly understand each other, why have they gained some economic ground by having these communications, by having Secretary Yellen there? But we still do not have military-to-military communications, with increasingly aggressive behaviors by China in the air, at sea, against our assets.
Well, this is one of the things that should be reestablished. I think the world expects us to responsibly manage the relationship, and it's clearly in the interest of both countries to avoid any kind of miscalculations, especially military. So that's something we'll continue to look for. But we've had the ability, through the lengthy discussions that I had in China, Secretary Yellen as well, to talk extensively about the places where we have real and deep differences, to also look at areas where we might cooperate, because it's in our mutual interest to do so. That's going to continue.
With Secretary Kerry, your special envoy on climate, going next week.
That's right.
Do you expect that President Xi will be coming to the United States, to San Francisco?
Look, that remains to be seen. We're hosting this meeting of APEC. China's a member of the organization, as are we. So we'll see what happens in the fall. But what I said we would do in Beijing, which is not only reestablish these lines of communication, but see cabinet members from the United States going to China, having our Chinese counterparts come to the United States. All of that, I think, is important, again, to make sure that we're talking, we're clear about our differences. We're also exploring areas of cooperation. That is fundamentally in the interest of the United States. It's also what the world expects us to do.
When are we going to see President Biden talk to President Xi?
There's no substitute at the end of the day for leader-to-leader contact. They've had extensive conversations. As you know, this goes back many years when they were both vice president.
Right.
That's when they first met and had extensive conversations then. They've talked extensively in one way or another as president, and I would fully expect that at some point in the months ahead, they'll talk.
I don't want to leave this without asking you about Evan Gershkovich and whether there is any hope now to get him out, at least prior to the likely conviction, since that is the road. 99% of people on trial there falsely or otherwise are convicted and then sentencing. Is there any way to get him out? Is there a trade, anything in the works? So,
Andrea, there's always hope, and it's something that we're always exploring. My #1 priority as Secretary of State is to look out for the security and the well-being of Americans abroad, particularly those like Evan who are being unjustly detained. It's now, you're right, more than 100 days. So it's something that we're focused on all the time, and irrespective of where we are in the overall relationship with Russia. We continue to pursue getting him home. Paul Whelan as well, who's been unjustly detained. So there's always hope. It's something that we're always working on. I don't have anything more to say or to share at this point, but it's something I'm very focused on.
Are you hoping to get them both out at the same time?
Again, I don't want to get into any details. We want to see both of them come home.
As well as those Americans still in Iran?
Wherever an American is unjustly detained, arbitrarily detained, my job, my work is to try to bring them home. We've had, over the course of these last 2.5 years, some 27 Americans in different parts of the world who are unjustly detained. We've managed to bring them home. That work continues. It continues in Iran. It continues in Russia. It continues anywhere an American is unjustly detained. And speaking of Iran, the special envoy, Rob Malley, has had his security clearance suspended. He's being investigated by the FBI and diplomatic security for mishandling classified documents. Is this a huge setback in any hopes of getting back on track? Well, first, this is a personnel matter. There's only so much I can say about a personnel matter. What I can say is I've known Rob Malley for many, many years, and he's someone who's dedicated his life, his career, to serving our country, and he's done so admirably. The work that we're doing on Iran, making sure that it doesn't acquire a nuclear weapon, bringing home those unjustly detained, pushing back in coordination with allies and partners against its behavior in other areas, that continues.
And there's a hearing in Washington today on the Live Golf and the Saudi connections. Do you have any problem with the amounts of money that are being thrown at sports by the Saudis? And now there's an offer by another Gulf country for some of our other sports teams.
The only thing I can tell you, Andrew, is it makes me think maybe I should have taken up golf.
I think both of us. Mr. Secretary, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks very much. Great to be with you.
You too.